a product or a service that is very important that nobody to the outside, none of your competitors know about it, it will be important that as part of your contract with the creative that you get them to sign a non-disclosure form, and that can become part of your contract with them. Okay? Next, we have a question in there. Again, what information do I need to give in the challenge description? It's a big blank box. What do you fill in? So we're just giving you tips and suggestions, and Sally will go through a few later. Describe the challenge you'd like to address. How would this help solve your business need? What are you actually looking for? What needs to be delivered in the end? How would you like to do things differently? So, standing back and looking at how do I do it now? What do I want to change? What do I want to do in the future? Again, what areas of expertise do you want to bring into the innovation? There may be a new market that you want to tap into, describe that market. So give as much information as possible upfront, so we'll be able to give to the independent panel, and they'll be able to look and see, yes, this is a very good challenge. We're going to be using this to test this program, and we want to find challenges that will be used as examples for others going forward. So the more information you give, the easier we'll be able to make a very good selection. What projects are ineligible? We have a listing there. We have a listing of eligible as well, which I've touched on earlier. But I'm not going to go through them all there. Can't be used for bringing students in for internship, can't be used for travel costs or capital equipment and so on, for legal advice. So we have a listing of them in the FAQs. And one of the questions we're always asked, can we use the money to do a website? So what we're saying, you can't use the money to just do changes to the text or the design of the website. But what you can use it for is projects that will make radical improvements to be it your web design, your marketing, your printed materials, or video production, right? So they could help you to open a new market for the business. Could alter the way that you're distributing your products. So, it's doing something very different, because you've already got a website, or that should be part of your core business. So this is helping you to do something different. So that's what we want to see. And there is a great amount of web designers and designers in the region. There's no reason why you couldn't use the challenge in this area. But we wanted to do something different and make you think about how you use it. So just to summarise then, all details are on our website, creativeestatenorthwest.com, under the 4CNW tab in the industry section. If you've any questions, you can email our help desk. The deadline is 5 p.m. on the 27th of July, and the challenges have to go to challenges@creativestatenorthwest.com. Thank you very much.
Hello? There we go. So if we'll just take open questions from the floor for the next 10 or 15 minutes. So if you just raise your hand. I'm not sure, is there a roving mic, Deirdre? Or are we just working off the floor? Yeah, excellent. So we are recording this so that we can make it available to people who weren't able to be here today. So if you could just talk into the mic if you want to say who you are and where you're from. If you don't, that's fine. But if you could just wait till you have the microphone before you ask the question. So we'll open it up to the floor. Yeah, in the back there.
Rory O'Connor. Is this on? Yeah. Rory O'Connor. When you talk about matching funds, do the matching funds have to be in cash, or can it be through work that the hiring company or the commissioning company puts in? For example, if you're using a filmmaker and your own staff are working along with them and putting in an input and developing the story and so on, is that eligible as part of the matching funds, or does it have to be cash paid over to the creative? Thank you.
Thank you. It's envisaged as a cash input.
Any other questions? In the front here, Deirdre?
Yeah, my name's Simon O'Hara from Coopers Hill in Riverstown. There's lots of other funding available, as I'm sure you know, through Sligo Enterprise and LEADER. Why would we do this rather than go with them?
I suppose the unique benefit of going with this is it's for any business in today's world, ideas are crucial. Ideas are crucial to how businesses evolve. And for many businesses, research has shown that they're too busy with the day-to-day and the doing to have time to think creatively. There's just really a lot of small to medium-sized enterprises are keeping the show on the road. So at a European level, they have looked at very carefully how creative industries can be used as a catalyst to leverage innovation for SMEs. So the singular and unique advantage of this scheme is that it is about matching an innovation need that a business has with a creative service provider. And like most...
Sorry, those creative service providers have to be approved by you?
Yes. So you will get a matched... well, first of all, your business innovation need will be assessed by an independent expert panel that will have industry representatives and creative representatives. You will also have recommended creative skills and service providers to you to address your challenge. So you get a huge amount of additional input free of charge, essentially, through the pilot. So as well as getting 50% of the collaborative cost of the project up front, you also get that additional brokerage, which is a key element of the process. And the idea is that by working with a creative whose DNA is around thinking outside the box and problem solving in a very particular way, and Sally is going to actually take you through the ways in which creatives solve problems and the ways in which businesses solve problems. So you'll really see firsthand how you can benefit. But that's, I would suggest, the real benefit, Simon, is that it's going to impact on your bottom line, because in today's world, in the global economy, you have to be creative to compete. And this scheme will assist businesses with creative input to help them compete and innovate faster, better and smarter. As I say, it's low on bureaucracy. So they would be the key advantages that I would see to it.
Could I just add to that and say that in tandem with the applications from the industry, we're also getting applications from all the creatives. When we had the discovery session with them a month ago, we showed them their application process. So we're having theatre companies, musicians, craftspeople also applying. They're describing their service in 100 words and preparing on how to pitch themselves against yourselves. Sorry, to you.
To work with you.
And they'll also be assessed by the independent panel. So at the matchmaking event, you'll have the best of creatives with the best of the challenges, and that'll be a very interesting event. And there's no other group in the Northwest doing it like this, that you'll be going to like a speed dating event, and you'd be matching your challenge, and the creatives will be pitching for the business. So that's a little different.
And just to explain that a little further, just to give you a kind of an insight into it, you know, a lot of creatives have these skills naturally. They have them in their DNA. You have them as well. Everybody has creative skills. But I suppose, you know, you could have 20 graphic designers. You could have 15 filmmakers. You could have 5 software designers. You could have 3 fashion designers. So say, for example, you're recommended to work with a filmmaker to support your challenge or to help address your challenge. You know, you'll have an opportunity to hear their pitches to you at the matchmaking event, and they have to sell to you. So they're working up, how do I pitch myself to businesses and SMEs and give them confidence that I can meet their challenge? We don't take lightly the fact that we're asking businesses in a very, very difficult and contracting environment to invest in this scheme. So we have to be sure that those we are recommending to you, we feel, have the capacity and have been tested against a quality set of criteria to ensure that hopefully they can deliver for you. So that process, as Una says, is underway. But it's a really exciting and innovative and new process that hopefully many of you here will benefit from.
And because it's such a good question, I might just add as well, because obviously part of what we're doing today is helping to sell the programme to you, because as Simon has quite rightly said, it is a competitive funding environment as well. I think for businesses who are busy and who are looking at this, the sort of two things to remember is that the budget is reasonable in the sense that you can dictate how much you feel you can invest, but also that the turnaround is very quick and very rapid. So we're talking about an application process that's open for 2 weeks. I think, as Una has outlined, a very simple application process. We're looking for projects that are ready to go and quick to mobilise. Those projects will happen in October and November. So by the end of the year, you'll be able to complete something that might have been in your ideas list for some time. And I think that's one of the key advantages of this one. It's very nimble and it's designed to be that. And we're also open to taking feedback. So if you find in the process, we're very open to hearing how much better it could be or if it could be faster. So we'll work with you on that.
Teresa from Cawley's in Tapacurry. If we do know some creative service providers, how do they get in contact with you to get on your eligibility list?
I might answer that one for you. So it's very straightforward. If they go to the website, which Una has outlined, there's 2 sections, one for industry and one for creative, and they simply follow the steps for the creative industry. So they have an application process as well, and that's really just them telling us about their business. It's a very simple Word document, and they similarly have an FAQ section that answers some of the questions that we've already been asked by creatives. And the application for creatives will be open ongoingly, but if they, we're building a directory, the one that Una spoke about, so they can register at any time, but if they particularly want to be considered for this round, they also have to register by the 27th of July at 5 o'clock. And we are we're being very open about creatives. We're not trying to be overly prescriptive, obviously trying to place a quality mark in terms of creative output, that there are difficulties around that. But what we're trying to do is assess the sort of best of what's available and give you confidence that those people are ready and able to conduct the work for you.
Tom Hobson, just to clarify, how many vouchers do you plan to award? Just how competitive is this going to be?
As Una mentioned, we hope to shortlist 10 challenges, up to 10 challenges by September. It's swings and roundabouts really, Tom, in the sense that what we're looking for are the best challenges to create the best matches, to demonstrate the concept to the best of our ability. If perchance out of today and over the next 2 weeks of the open call, we get 20 challenges that are really good, then we will do our utmost to support those. Over the course of the entire programme, it could be anything up to 40 to 50 challenges. It'll depend on the amount. So there are a number of factors that will impact on how many, but our goal is to deliver as many good matches as possible over the next year.
So I suppose another way of putting that question is, what is the fund available? What is the extent of the fund available for vouchers?
€100,000.
100,000, okay, thanks, yeah.
Great, I think we've time for 2 more questions, if anyone has any questions. Yeah, they're at the back, and then, back first, and then the gentleman here in the green.
Brian, Brian from AVA. Are your figures inclusive or exclusive of VAT?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are your sums of money inclusive or exclusive of VAT?
In relation to the talent voucher?
Yeah.
The talent voucher is exclusive of